Time to check in with St. Catharines Mayor Walter Sendzik. Walter, it's Volunteer Week. We're talking about it here at the Source. Unfortunately, City of St. Catharines had to cancel plans to honor and celebrate their volunteers.
Yeah, this is a big month for us when we're able to say thank you to all the volunteers that really make the effort to create the kind of community that we all live in. And so we're changing it up, Mike. We're going to be doing things in a different way. Traditionally, we have a dinner and we ask the recipients to come up and they get a certificate, but we're changing that around. And we're just putting the final details on it, but we still want to celebrate with our community and acknowledge all the people who work with so many different organizations across the city, and still acknowledge them and say thank you. So I think what you're seeing, Mike, with COVID-19 is even more people getting involved and trying to find ways and means to volunteer in the community. It's not as easy, but it really is the foundation of a strong community.
Speaking of looking after other people's homes or your own homes, lawn care has been kind of a controversial topic in the city.
Well, what do they say, Mike? April showers bring May flowers, and they also brings long grass. And so what we're trying to do is work with the provincial government and really start to clarify the directives around business. And one of those businesses is landscaping. And so what we want to have is better direction and better clarity around the definition, because there's older adults in our community who rely on those who maintain properties. And we don't want them to get that heightened sense of anxiety about not having their property being looked after. So we're trying to work with the provincial government. And what I'm hoping, Mike, is that in the coming days, you'll see some new directives come out that will allow for at least the basic maintenance of the lawns. Maybe, forget about the gardens for today, but basic maintenance of the lawns to help prevent against ticks, to help to get rid of mosquitoes, and to also give our older adults in our community a peace of mind.
Some other things we can talk about on the city's docket. Port Dalhousie Pier construction has halted there.
Yeah.
Do we have an idea on timelines on that?
Well, again, that's a provincial directive. So the province is every week looking at their list of essential businesses. And so the construction industry is a very important part of that. And what we've seen in other jurisdictions that are starting to open up the economy a bit, especially in the European markets, is construction is one of the first ones to come back. And the reason being is it's also an opportunity. The employers can really focus on making sure that the employees, the construction workers, have that safe workplace, and at the same time start to get the economy moving again. So we're looking to what the other countries have done, and what we're hoping is that the provincial government at the right time will ease the restrictions on things like construction, and we'll start to see more activity at the piers, at the condos that are being developed, at the apartment buildings that are being built in our city. We need to get those projects going in a safe and responsible way.
Still on Port Dalhousie, the Lakeside Park Pavilion, the renaming of that, is that still open for the votes?
That's still open until May 1st, and I have a smile on my face because my chosen favorite is the Neil Peart Pavilion, a very fitting recognition for an individual who spent his youth in that park. The pavilion has never had a name on it, so it's not like we're changing the name. It's just always been known as the pavilion. And so this is a fitting way to acknowledge someone who really was proud of his hometown and went on to international acclaim. And I'm hoping that the votes are going to be there. So if people are out there, go to the city's website, go to the voting page for the choices, and go with Neil Peart Pavilion.
Are you keeping it under wraps? Do you know what the progress is so far?
I haven't seen the results yet. And that's one of the things. Like I guess I could probably make a phone call, but it's almost like I want to see really what the community is going to be pushing for. And I gotta say, he's probably the most famous St. Catharines resident who called St. Catharines home, to have gone on to what he achieved. Order of Canada recipient, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a lyricist, a author, and arguably the best drummer ever to play the drums. So, having a pavilion, that's the start.
Walter, one last item I'd like to ask you about, this program that you launched late last week called Senior Centers Without Walls. What is that all about?
it's a program that the Parks and Recreation, or the Recreation and Culture Committee, the staff have come up with. Well, we have about 900 members of our senior complex, or older adult centers, and so they can't really get together physically, but we can connect them via the telephone. So we've opened up programs where up to 50 people can call into a line, and there will be a staff member there, and they could talk about their health. They could talk about, ideas for staying active in the mind and staying active physically, and really just connect with one another, because that's what the community centers are always about, where the public can connect. And so, great initiative. I'm proud of our rec team for coming up with it, and it helps the older adults who are struggling maybe with isolation to reach out and connect with other people.
Thanks for the update today, Walter. Really appreciate it.
Keep up the great job.
That's Mayor Walter Sendzik, City of St. Catharines. Back with more in a moment.